Your biggest fear is working a dead-end job. I think it's something that we all think about, right? A job that we don't like, a job that takes us nowhere, a future that we are not looking forwards to. I'm 21 years old, guys, so I don't know, maybe I've got a lack of insight, maybe I've got different insight because my mind's not been closed yet. I don't know, time will tell. I'm sure you guys will have your own opinions on that anyway. So, going back to this point, I was thinking earlier today, because I've had a day at the beach. Lucky me, right? So I've been thinking a lot about a lot of things. I really like to reflect on my own personal thoughts on life as a whole and so on and so forth, all the big subjects, right? So I thought about this concept of a job, about a dead-end job. If I asked you guys what a dead-end job is, what would you say? Is being a dead-end job being a cleaner? Is it working in a warehouse? Is it working in a shop? I don't know. We're all going to have different opinions, but I think the general, I don't know, what's the word? Point or phrase as to what a dead-end job would be, it'd be a job where there's no progression. At this point in the video, guys, I want to apologise for the audio quality. I know it's going to be bad. It's a really windy day, but I've got a message, it's in my head, and I'm going to try make the best of it that I can. So I hope you'll be able to bear with me for this video. So if we've established the concept that a dead-end job is going to be something like, I don't know, a job that's basically low paid and low progression, what is not a dead-end job? Enter the career. We might be talking office workers, we might be talking mechanics or something like that. Something where you start off, let's say, as, I don't know, maybe like an office administrator, and by the end of your career you might be a middle or upper management. Very clear path of progression, very clear opportunities. Is this still a dead-end job? So now that we've laid out examples of what a dead-end job is, we've laid out examples of what career progression is, let's tie this back to our personal life goals. What do you want out of life? I know at least maybe 40-50% of the people that I know, maybe more. Young people, old people, right? This is not just a Gen Z is lazy argument, so please don't give it that one in the comments. I know 40-50-year-olds I've spoken to that I know closely who do not like their job. And when I say don't like, I don't mean, oh, it's alright. I mean, no, let's think about this as a concept, right? If I was to give you £1 million, dollars, whatever, would you go back? Would you go back? That's when you know you've got a love for something. And I think for most people watching this, the answer is no. So, tying back your personal goals into your career goals, is a job actually moving you forwards? And this is where it gets interesting, to me at least. So, a 9 to 5, or any kind of job in the modern day, for most people. And by the way, guys, I know there's this argument of, well, if you work 100 hours for 72 years, you'll be able to afford a... Let's not go down that path, right? Not today. Your average career person in today's market is broke. They don't have that much money. They don't have that much time either. They're never going to afford that car that they want. They're never going to afford that house that they aspire to. They might get a place, they might get a nice car, but not what they want. And I know some people are going to say that's because their expectations are too high, but just run this concept with me for a minute, even if you completely disagree with me. A 9 to 5 doesn't get you to your dreams. No job really does. I know people who are 20, 22, 25, whatever. Let's say, I've always wanted to be a legal professional, and they genuinely have. They're living their dream. This is the other 20, 30, 40% of 9 to 5 workers, or job workers that we spoke about. Some people love it. Some people absolutely love it. But most people just do it because they need the money. With this being the backdrop for today's video, all 9 to 5s, all jobs, are dead-end jobs. Because there is no clear set of progression to your personal goals. You will probably not retire wealthy if you've not invested in today's generation. And what I mean by that is, you know, you guys know it. Even my middle-aged audience, you guys know this is true. If you're in your 30s, 40s, 20s especially, and you've not got investments, or you're not looking to make investments in things, life's not going to be too great financially. Oh dear. The interruption. The tide's coming in, and I'm very, very far out, so we need to quickly make our way back over. Oh, don't you just love it, guys? I'm going to walk and talk for hopefully obvious reasons, so I'm not really going to show myself too much at this stage of the video. But what I want to kind of tie back in this point is this. If you were a young person, my generation, maybe the last generation before me or whatever, you ain't retiring rich from a job. Probably not. Probably not retiring rich from a job. So with that being the thing, with that being the basic principle for today's video, a 9 to 5 for most people is something that they work for 40 years. They don't think about anything outside of the concepts of, I don't know, the system. There's no particularly special outing. Run this concept with me for a second, guys. Imagine you're a business owner. I'm a business owner, for example. I resell a lot of stuff online, being one of my businesses. If you want to learn how I do it, click the link in my bio. But imagine you're a business owner, for contrast. When you start off, life is a lot more shaky. I say this with complete transparency with you guys, right? I know a lot of people who are my age, work a 9 to 5, and that's all they do. They chill on the weekends. They can't really travel as much as me, because to be honest, I've probably got more money or more disposable income. I don't say that as a brag, I just think it is a fact. But I look at the, I guess you could say, order in their life. And part of me thinks, yeah, that'd be kind of nice, really. So my point is, there's benefits to a 9 to 5, of course, or any kind of job. But their progress is going to be linear. Very linear. I wanted to actually go back to the point of being a business owner. I kind of went on a little spin there. Being a business owner, at the start, life, like it is for me at this stage, is quite... It can be quite hectic in some ways. You don't really know where you're going with your business because it's all self-managed. This looks nice, but we've got to go over it. Easily done. It's all very self-managed, which is all well and good, but it takes a certain sort of person to do that, or it takes a certain sort of mindset. There are days where I miss out on hanging out with people. I've just slipped right in a puddle. That's lovely. Oh dear. How professional my videos are, guys, right? How professional. So yeah, I don't get to do all of the things that I want to. And I made this video earlier about higher highs, lower lows. I feel like my most intense business, or if you related it to the nearest thing, career moments, are probably more difficult than most people's 9 to 5 moments. Or at least most people my age. At the same time, I'm able to take privileges that most people can't. I've probably got more disposable income through running a business. I have a greater sense of independence, and also I'm able to take off days whenever I like. So I'm walking along a very wet and cold beach, right? Living the dream. A business owner's life is exponential, or it can be. A 9 to 5 worker's life is linear. If you get business right, generally the compounding effect, I'm sure you guys all know what that is, can really, really skyrocket your life. By 30, 35, 40, you could in theory be living a life that most people couldn't dream of, even sooner than that. And it's funny because the same people sit back and tell you, or ask you, how have you done this? How did this come true? Of course, it's the years that you had when you were younger that you sacrificed to build your dream. I am not telling anybody to quit their career and go and build a business. I don't think that's a smart move for most people. Although if you wanted to make a bit of extra money on the side, I do recommend that you join my Patreon. I am going to plug it here, but everybody who's joined my Patreon and has contacted me, interacted with me, has actually made sales on the business that I teach. Everyone has made sales. We have a 99, if I know 100% success rate for people who engage. So don't quit your job to build a business, but realise, as you would in any kind of other faction of your life, and I think it's because the 9 to 5 is so entrenched in society that people can't acknowledge that this is true for a 9 to 5 too. If someone's not taking you anywhere, it's not real progression. You might make it to being a middle manager, maybe better than that. That might be what you want. But most jobs, for most people, are dead-end jobs. They don't take them to their end goal, or the end goal that they want to achieve. How are we going to get across this one? Having a little bit of insight, foresight to where you want your life to go, to how that actually happens, and to what you need to do to continue that dream or that ambition is going to massively help anybody. This should be common sense. But it's not something that most people think of, right? The old phrase, common sense is not common. Where are you going with this mission? And my smart people in the audience who are 20, 30, 40 even, know this is true, right? There's lots of people here in the comment section of multiple of my videos. I hear these messages, right? Hi Aaron, I love your videos. Thank you guys for that, by the way. I started investing when I was 20, 25. I worked hard for 5 years. I built up enough investment to get into this business or that business, or have some time off. That's the way for most people. Most people who wish to escape the monotony of a 9 to 5. Now, if you're comfortable with a 9 to 5, that is obviously fine. You know, I respect people, I respect everybody, and if your vision doesn't align with mine, that's okay. You know, I think it's a big problem with the world today. Not enough people are willing to listen to different and opposing views to their own. I like it. So, no issues if you want to work a 9 to 5, but I think it's just the issue that I have, at least, is this facade that is taking you to your dreams, and for most people, it isn't. That's okay, no issues with that at all, but acknowledging it is paramount to understanding what the next goal is. That's all I've got to say with you guys, for you guys today. Thank you. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and of course watch some more of my videos. Now I also spoke about my Patreon. If you want to learn how to resell stuff, send me a message. Yes, I do work with international people. If you're not UK based, that's fine. Just send me a message if you want to. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this topic. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and it's just something that popped into my head. Hope I'll see you again soon, guys. Goodbye.